was definitely a let's take a walk in the park kind of girl.
You seem
I
like
was Jill Scott, Music Soul Child.
you seem like you bohemian.
Life Jennings,
Life
Floetry.
Life Jennings be your song?
I think so.
The rest of them I know for sure without a shadow of a doubt.
Erykah Badu, like that was my lane in high school.
She wanted to be so artsy. If she could, like if she wasn't so into fashion and stuff, she would 100% grow her armpit hair and just go all out, like not really wear shoes. She would always wear sandals. I think she had dirty fingernails. She would grow and then plant her own
Why the fuck
food.
would I have dirty fingernails, weird?
Because I'm not stereotyped, but I am. You know what I'm saying? Like
Girl, no, you're saying that like earthy girls who are in tune with themselves have dirty fingernails. That's what you're saying. And I know a lot of those girls, and they all wear long nails.
That's what I'm saying,
not
right?
Long, dirty nails.
Typically, when you wear long nails, you listen. Hold on.
I don't even want to listen because right now you are giving a disgusting stereotype that you just made up in your damn head.
Not at all. I guarantee you right now.
You should shut that door if I'm be cussing your mama downstairs, and I don't cuss in front of your mama.
It's all good. Look at the last question.
I don't cuss in front of you. Shut that door.
Listen, chill, man. Let me get done what I'm trying to say. Goodness gracious. I do believe that ladies who have long fingernails and are of the ilk of bohemian stature, when they go out and they do their gardening, they get their incense and they're doing all the things, because they have long nails, dirt tends to live within those cuticles.
That's not true.
So they don't necessarily.
You know who have dirty fingernails?
Who?
Nasty niggas.
That's you know what's crazy about that?
I will see a man with dirty fingernails far before I'll see a woman. The only women I'm seeing with dirty fingernails is little ass girls.
You're lying now. But
kids in elementary school.
You're lying.
But I'm not seeing grown ass women with dirt in their fingernails.
Once again, I'm not stereotyping, but I am. Typically, girls who know how to roll blunts have dirty fingernails. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all can say what you want, but if y'all out there rolling blunts tight, if y'all out there rolling big blunts, you got dirty fingernails. Shout out to the homegirls. I'm not gonna say a name.
That's not true. That's literally not true. I hope they come for you for this stupid ass.
No,
comment.
I said typically. But let's go back to the comment you made though.
No, pause and introduce the podcast.
Oh, my bad. Hey, sometimes you let the spirit move you. Welcome back, everybody. This is
I can't.
She just walked away, and I am your host, B Love. I'm skipping right to it. And like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
Ooh, India Marie and B Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Monday. Give it up for yourself one time. I'm falling. Listen up. I'm going to jump right into this question. I'm not even going to hit the button. I'm not going to ask you how you were doing. You know what? Let's get back. I'm all over the place. I want to stick with the dirty fingernails.
Oh.
You said something about dirty fingernails. You said the majority of people who you know that have dirty fingernails are guys, right?
Let me tell you a story.
Talk to me. I want to hear this. It's about to be good.
So this has happened on 2 occasions.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
And y'all don't know my daddy, but my daddy is from Memphis. My daddy is from Westwood. My daddy ain't got no filter.
He does not.
And my daddy and I, we don't get along that well. But it's mostly because we are very similar in our lack of tolerance for bullshit.
Y'all are the same person.
So, there are 2 different occasions where we went to a restaurant or a fast food place. So, one time I remember vividly, we pulled up to Sunday. And the guy came and brought us our food.
Okay.
And my daddy looked at him and he said...
First of all, a guy bringing your food to Sonic is kind of an anomaly.
He said, nigga, you just gonna bring me my food with your dirty ass fingernails? He said, man, take it back. I don't want it. He said,
what did the dude do?
He said, take this shit back. I don't want it. Backed out. We drove up.
And I believe every word she's saying right now. She's not lying.
No, I'm absolutely not lying. Like,
I can't. Okay. What's the next? You said 2 stories.
And the second time, something similar happened when we were at McDonald's.
Damn, y'all have bad luck. First of all, the food choices y'all were eating back in the day were just crazy.
You want to go there? You want to go there with the food choices?
Yeah, we can.
And the family.
We can. I'm ready.
You don't want to go there with the food choices because your family's still eating those things today.
She talking about my mom today. I'm liable to hit her with this chair. Bow, like wrestling. Go ahead.
His mama will still tear up a fish fillet, apparently.
She sure will.
So,
what you want me to say?
Back in the 90s, we was all eating it.
Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, a similar situation happened at McDonald's, and this person had an attitude, and my daddy reached for, because we had ordered some sundaes. He reached for the sundaes. He said, "Thanks, peanut head," and drove off.
I thought you was about to say you reached for the sundaes. The dude got ready to hand it to him when he pulled his hand back and it fell.
No, this one, actually, the person at McDonald's was a girl.
Okay. Did he call the girl a peanut head?
He did. He did. And drove off. You can ask Ophelia that story because she was in the car with us.
I believe both of them. I know your dad. None of this shit surprises me. I only can't curse them much because of YouTube's policies.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
None of this stuff bothers me. Surprises me about your dad at all. But the funny thing about dirty fingernails is, no matter how much a girl was saying, I don't want a man with dirty fingernails, somehow, some way, you will still end up getting one and you will let him finger bang you.
Absolutely not.
Man, back in the day, y'all were getting finger banged 100 miles an hour with young men with dirty fingernails. The kicker
and I tell our son all the time, he walk in the house, he got dirty fingernails. I be like, go wash your hands. Clip your fingernail. Like, I keep his fingernails clipped because I'm like, bruh, you're not finna be no boy with no dirty fingernails. Like, no.
I don't understand right now how guys of a certain age, like if you're 25 and up and your nails come this much off your finger.
25? You giving them that much credit?
Yeah, you 25. Yeah, some people take a little bit longer to learn.
No.
But if you're 25 and up and you have nails that come about 2 centimeters from your finger, man, cut your finger. You too grown, bro. You're not Wolverine.
Well, some of those guys
You're not a superhero. You're not a wolf. What you doing with long nails, fellas?
Well, some guys, they got drug nails.
Back in the day, and you a junkie at that point. You a junkie at that point. So girls need to run away from you anyway. Cause you about to spend the church's money on
25 is way too old. Men should be taking care of that. Should not have dirt in their fingernails far before they're 25.
Yeah, so. If you got dirt in your fingernails, and like I said, if your fingernails are too long, shame on you. I would almost rather a guy. I don't care what y'all do, but for your own sake, I would almost rather you get a pedicure and get polish on your fingernails and have them glossed up and shiny than to have dirty ones. If a guy would approach you, right? Mm-hmm. Would you rather him have dirty fingernails or have his nails polished to color?
Clear.
No. That's not what I said. It's not. I'm gonna reframe.
I said clear. I said what I said. I stand on it. I said clear.
What I said. If
I'm not interested in the colors.
One or the two. If a guy were to approach you and they had dirty fingernails versus blue fingernails, which one are you gonna talk to?
Okay, there was a guy that I briefly talked to in Memphis.
Okay.
And he did have his nails polished, but they were black. Okay. He was a very artsy guy. Okay. Like, he was artsy as fuck. Mm-hmm. So I guess it just depends on the type of person. But me personally, I'm very much into like niggas. I'm very much so into men that are a little bit on the hood side. Like, I have always been attracted to smart hood guys. And they're just not interested in the polish and things. So, like, I like urban black men.
If you looked at my shirt and said I was urban, you're like, what she did
Look was,
I'm going to tell y'all what she just did. I'm going to tell you what she just did for people wondering what she just did. She looked at me like, well, I can't necessarily say he's hood, but I can say he's He's urban. Yeah, I like urban guys. He was trying to buy some time to find just the right word to classify me.
Well, first of all, now you gotta be trying to be mindful of my words, because then I be cussing like
you can curse a little bit, just don't go crazy,
But
expand your vocabulary, Queen. See, now she's gonna get mad at me. Speaking of cursing and speaking of my mom, when did you feel comfortable with cursing around your parents?
I don't cuss around my parents unless they make me mad.
But that's not what I asked you. So once again, I said, when did you feel comfortable?
I don't feel comfortable cussing around my parents.
Okay.
If I cuss around, well, I talk to my mom way more than I talk to my daddy. And I say that like they're not together. They're still very much so together. My parents aren't together.
But they shit. It is.
Talk to my mom more. And sometimes it just slips out.
Oh, yeah,
or
for sure.
For instance, when, after I had Shy, she spent 2 weeks with us. And you just in my space for 2 whole weeks.
And your ass gonna let it fly.
Yeah.
You are going to let the words fly.
And obviously I have a different relationship with my mom than I do with Bear's mom.
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of like when my mom was here, I spent more time around her. And Bear's mom is here, and he spent more time around his mom.
No. That's crazy to me, right? But I'm gonna answer the question.
I don't think it's intentional or anything like that. It's just like my mom can walk in my room and I can be butt naked and I'm not gonna bat an eye.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to think
and
so.
And then but your mom, she's very cautious, and I spent a lot of time in my room. So a part of me talking to my mom all the time was her coming into the room and kind of sitting down.
Because I'm about to go crazy
and stuff like that. But I'm not avoiding your mom or anything like that.
So I'm about to snap. Y'all
but
know
I'm
me.
Also knee deep in postpartum. I only put on clothes to record the podcast. Most of the time I am sitting in the room naked.
She is.
So,
I still don't feel comfortable with cursing around her mom. Now I will let some words slip up when I'm talking to her mom.
He be trying to act like they friends.
And see, that's what I was about to say. We're gonna get to that in a second. But as far as me cussing in front of my mama, I would never feel comfortable. Watch this, double standard. When my dad was alive, I ain't give a shit. I would curse. At a certain point, I feel like men, when we talk to other men, that we use a certain vernacular, right? And it's going to be some curse words. When I talk to dad, I curse. But I won't cuss in front of her mom. But when me and your dad talk, talk to him like he one of the homies sometimes, but with respect. I'm not gonna let certain words fly. But that's also
because of how he talks.
Damn, hell, and stuff like that. But yeah, your dad.
It's because of how he talks to you.
Yeah, he lets it rip. I'm kind of still cautious now. Oh man, hell no. I'll say stuff like that, but I'm not talking to him as loose as I would talk to Philip. I'm not talking to my dad loose as I would talk to Chris. But I am talking to him with some vernacular that men understand.
But I also think you've gotten more comfortable as the years have gone on.
Because I'm older.
Obviously, when we first started dating, Bear was in his 20s. Now Bear is closer to 40.
I'm 26.
He's 36.
Don't let the hype fool you.
And so I think it's kind of shit, them grown now. So it's just kind of
2 kids, work hard, 2 jobs. I'm a bad broad. If you ain't on, sit down. I'm from the Boots and Webby era. Come on, man. You know me.
We can tell.
You know me.
We can tell.
That's what I'm saying.
It's in your speech.
It's talk to them. Let them know. Let them know. Boots and Webby.
It's so wild. Every now and then I'll catch a comment on TikTok or something. Yeah. Y'all gotta be from the South because y'all country as hell.
But see, I don't even think I'm country like that.
Oh, no.
And now, hold on. Let me say something. Let me say something. When I think of country, right? I think of somebody talking on this podcast saying things like this. When the last time you felt comfortable with, I'm thinking of that type of Southern drawl, Southern dialect. I ain't thinking of we just country like that. I say Nashville. People say Nashville. I ain't saying all that. It's crazy to me.
You're very much so country.
You crazy. Country grandma. I'll take it, though. Proud of it. Stand on where I'm from.
I don't really know what you call...
You Bougetto. You know you are. You can't even look. Can't even deny it. Bougetto.
I was going to say, I don't know how other people would describe people from Memphis, because people always say that people from Memphis speak differently than people from Nashville.
Yeah, y'all got a whole, but this is still Southern, right? But it is a whole different accent. I think everywhere. Like, I got a different accent than you have. You have a different accent than somebody from Nashville have. I think everywhere. People in Nashville have a distinct accent too. Like, it's not, they sing song their words. All of them do. Every girl in Nashville sings songs. Did we say
that last week?
I don't know.
We just Whitney, have a random conversation.
We just had a random conversation. But Whitney, you my girl, because I know you're going to listen. She's a sing-songer.
Sing-songer.
But I know she's from Nashville. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how it is. She's a sing-songer, right? But anyway, now, I would never feel comfortable with cussing in front of my mom. So much so that sometimes if we're watching shows on Netflix or something like on television and there's a sex scene, I try to fast forward. I don't even want to watch this stuff around my parents. Would you watch a sex? I wouldn't watch a sex scene in front of my mom. I would get so uncomfortable where I would start talking about some off the wall shit.
Well, my mom is kind of like, yeah, just 100%. So my mom doesn't want to see that anyway.
Yeah, a lot of it.
You ain't got to worry about sitting down and watching it with her. And we're kind of, I don't know, we're kind of the same. I don't particularly enjoy like super raw sex scenes on TV all the time.
I ain't talking about raw sex scenes. I'm talking about somebody just kissing in the mouth.
Oh, no, that doesn't bother me. But no, my mama don't want to see it.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't feel comfortable with even watching like any of this stuff. So yeah. But before we go any further, let me do my due diligence and hit the button. We got some stuff to discuss.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
That's real quick. Since we are here and we are talking about family, I asked a question on Instagram earlier, right? And somebody answered it. And what did they say? Because you read the question. We should talk about family drama.
Oh, yeah.
The question was,
what do we want to talk about this week? This person said family drama.
We got a whole myriad of things to talk about. But
so obviously that subject is kind of vague because the person didn't really ask anything specific about family drama.
Yeah.
But I will say this. That does not exist in our relationship.
Yeah, we are blessed, really. We can craft family drama. For instance, I was about to craft some probably out of nowhere. And it, to your credit, I don't think it has anything to do with her, right? Me and her mom, me and her dad. I talked to her mama. She's my friend. She wasn't even lying about that. Like I said this on the podcast about 2 or 3 episodes ago. When her mom was here, I spent more time with her mom, talking to her mom than I ever spent talking to her throughout the day. And it's no offense, but me and her mom are friends. Like that is what it is.
No, because you're phrasing it like we aren't friends. That's how
you.
Yeah, that's how you're phrasing it right now.
Because I'm about to take it somewhere.
I was going to say, but you need to go into why we don't talk to each other during the day. It's because
because you were upstairs, I was down. Me and her mom have similar interests. First of all, and India was postpartum, locked up in the bedroom, and me and her mom was like working in the same area of the house, right? So we talked all day, like friend giggling it up. But now my mom is here, and she don't talk to my mom as much as I talk to her mom. And I take offense to that. See? And I feel like this crafting family drama right there. But I really feel like that. Who's closer? Me and your mom, or you and my mom? Who's closer?
Oh, you probably with my mama.
See what I'm saying? Give it up for me. But I also make the effort. If her mom is here, I make the effort with anybody, though. If you come around me, I'm going to make you feel comfortable. I'm not going to make you feel like you're unwanted. I'm not going to make you feel like a stranger. And I think that that's something that I have afforded, right? Your mom and I's relationship. Like, we talk about everything. But Open up.
I think the difference, only speaking to this postpartum period.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not crafting any family drama, but
postpartum.
This is, yeah.
The difference is that my mom, when she was here, she had stuff to keep her busy. So while she was spending time with her grandkids, most of her time she was still working. So she was working remote.
That's a fact.
And
so I said
when I had the baby, my mom was running errands for us. She was doing the laundry. She was cleaning up. Like, she was doing all of those things. And so Barrett's mom, now that she's here, she prefers to just hold the baby.
all day.
And so in this, like, I think sometimes you forget that I'm the one that's been through the most in this whole situation.
I don't.
And a lot of times that's just not what I need. Like, I want to hold the baby all the time. Like this other day, I got offended.
Okay,
because you came in there and she was sleeping on my chest. And you was like, well, go give it to my mama. And I was like, no, like, I want to cuddle with her.
Right. And you said that, but my interpretation of that was this. We won't have like people here for that much longer to help us. So why don't you, and I understand where you're coming from, but why don't you give her to my mom so you can get a little break instead of holding her on your chest, which I know lovely. It was great to see. But what if you want to roll over on your side and get real comfortable? Kick your feet up, get butt naked in the bedroom.
But again,
you can do that.
You need to ask the person that just had the baby what she needs instead of expecting or assuming that that's what I need. That's not what I needed in that moment.
Right. And you are correct. But sometimes we don't know what we need until somebody else points it out. But now I know.
No, I've told you multiple times what I need. I need help with things around the house. I need the laundry done. I need, like, even if my mama hadn't touched me and Bear's clothes, my mama was at least doing the kids' laundry. Yeah. So that's what I need help with. And the reason why I needed help with those things is because I literally, like, I haven't been mobile because of the incision. I can't do a lot of walking. I can't do any lifting still. So I know that she wants to bond with the baby, and that's fine. However, I think that, and this goes for anybody, I think that needs to be on the mom's terms.
Oh, no, I agree with that. I can't, it's something I would say too. I'm not going to tell any mom, right, what to do, when to do, and how to do with their baby. Somehow, it was something we were talking about the other day. And I said, well, it's the mom's decision for real. Was it you and her? I forgot what it was. But sometimes, like, if it's the firstborn, even to say, listen, you just had the baby. I'm not trying to take the baby from you, but I'm also looking out for your mental health, trying to make sure you don't want to get out of the house, trying to make sure you got enough rest to go on and have a productive healing process. Give it up one time.
So when my mom was here,
come on,
it was like in that first week, I was just like out of it. And I was still super emotional. And it was just too much, especially since like the past couple of months before I had the baby, I was doing a great job of keeping up with everything in the house. Like, everything was clean, everything was done. Food was stocked in the house, like everything. And so obviously I had the baby, and that I wonder now that I've had her, does Bear realize like how much I was doing in the house now that the things aren't getting done? And you probably hadn't even thought about it.
I haven't even noticed.
And that also made me feel away as well.
Yeah. But the reason why, because we get in our own space, right? Like, I know you're saying I should notice the things, but after I went back to work, I'm guilty. We get back in a routine where people post their routines on Instagram and everywhere else on social media. I've been a robot. She knows that I'm a robot when it comes to what I have to do in structure. So the reason why I probably haven't noticed it as much is because I just roll right back into normal life. And I know I probably shouldn't have, but that's just the way things went.
Like, I'm like walking downstairs. I'm like, my house is a mess.
It ain't that bad. It's just toys everywhere. Toys are everywhere.
Well, and that has irritated me because I have worked so hard to get Blake to clean up after himself, to take responsibility for his chores. And like the moment I'm out of commission, all of that goes down the window. So you as my husband, I'm expecting you to carry the torch and not just let it all fall apart because I'm stuck in this room all day.
Right. But it's difficult to do that too. As being somebody, like I just said, when I get out of work, I want to spend time with him, you and her. So it's difficult to then try to find the time. I don't want to be the guy getting out of work, trying to spend time with a newborn, trying to make time for my toddler. And then all of a sudden I'm saying, clean up your mess, kid. You need to clean up. Daddy's off work. I want to be loose.
No, because
let's have a good time.
But he's also a boy. That's not teaching him responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's why so many men grow up not knowing how to do shit for themselves, or they will do things for themselves and get in relationships and think that women are supposed to do everything for them. I'm not raising that kind of son.
You're not finna tell me that the behavior right now of him not putting his toys up is going to carry over and make him what am I trying to say? A person who depends on a woman.
Barrett.
A dependable kid.
That showed up in our relationship because there were certain things that you just automatically expected me to do because you saw your mom doing it. Now, how many chores did you actually have growing up, Barrett? Let's be real.
Chores? What you mean?
Yeah, like how much stuff did you actually do in the house? Because you didn't do anything.
Okay. Keep going.
Exactly.
Okay, keep going. Watch this.
And that is not... While I do want you to focus on your schoolwork. I do want you to have fun. I do want you to be involved in extracurricular activities.
Okay.
However, it only takes you 5 minutes to make a couple minutes to make your bed. It only takes you a couple minutes to clean up your toys. And if you would stop taking out all of the toys at one time and just play with what you're playing with, you wouldn't have that much to clean up. That's the stuff I'm trying to teach him, but I can't do that by myself.
I'm teaching him that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be the fun police. And we kick
and you do everything for him. So I will say, like, go clean up your toys, and you'll be like, I'll do it. That's not what I'm teaching him.
I'm gonna do it because teamwork make the dream.
That's not teamwork.
Come help me do it. Or if you're moving too slow, let's pick up the pace, and I'm gonna help you do it too. Now.
That ain't teamwork.
That is teamwork.
That's you doing the work.
Not if I'm telling him to come help me do it. You see, you don't see that part. You only see what you want to see.
I'm literally sitting in the room.
And see, all right, can I pause? Not even on our list today, but I was going to talk about it next week. But here we go. From family drama to now, we do have a little bit of family drama. I think we argue different now. I think our disagreements have evolved into something else. And I'm proud, like I'm 100% proud that they have now evolved into something where we were talking about dishes, like stupid shit, like name something else. Cleaning the garage, like taking out different stuff that I nitpicked on and she nitpicked on, kind of push those to the side. But now, the thing that is underlined, I feel like, for every argument is the way we raise the kids. I feel like this is something that has been like real surface over the last, how long would you say?
Since he's been old enough to start doing things for himself, and you don't want him to do things for himself.
So for the last 2 years, right? And I go back to a comment that Michelle Obama made. And in that comment, she said something about how she doesn't like Barack Obama. She was one time where she didn't like him because when the kids came, it was hard to find time for yourself because you were always for the kid. Mm-hmm. Everything I was doing for Blake, for Shiloh, everything. And it was never a time for us individually or collectively. So I think that's what we're talking about. And even with parenting styles.
But also what she said in that was that there was a time where she did not like him at all because she was the main person raising the kids. He was still living his life. Like he was going to do the work that he loved. He was still going to the gym. And she was at home spending most of her time with the kids. That is where that came from.
Yeah, and that's probably true more times than not across the board for all women. But I'm not saying y'all are wrong for feeling like that. Let me go ahead and give a disclaimer. But at the same time, a man is probably going out there while he's doing all this stuff, but he's also dealing with the stressors of his job and other people and things that he's trying to provide for his family. The anxiety of trying to make sure everybody in the household not only has their necessities, but also has above and beyond the things that they may need. As a man, we want to get you, like I said, all the food on the table, but not only that, get you the highest quality of food, get you the best toys. I'm not stopping there, so I'm going to work as hard as I can to make sure y'all are okay. And in turn, me doing all the work, I do need some time to unwind. So if I want to hit that iron, let me hit it.
But you don't think the woman needs time to unwind as well?
I'm saying you do. I'm saying yes, you do. But it's a give and take. So we both have a job, right? Your job is, or maybe to rear the kids. If you're a stay-at-home, my job is to go to a 9-to-5 or whatever kind of job you got, your entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, and handle that.
So if my job is to rear the kids and take care of the house, I expect you to meet me halfway. I don't expect you to come in and throw the work that I've been doing out the window because it's not convenient for you.
Understood. It's understandable. But at the same time, some of the work you're doing, I might not know that I'm throwing out of the window because I'm just coming home being me. I'm coming home ready to turn up because that's just who I am. So who knows? I just want to party. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I just want to party.
I'm very vocal when I'm not pleased.
And I'm not.
So that's your fault.
It's on the list somewhere now.
If you're not pleased, then say it. Like, it's your fault.
All right. Let me tell you something. Why the majority of people, mostly men, we don't say things when we feel unpleased, because we know as soon as we bring up a topic, it's going to turn a mountain into a molehill.
But by you not bringing up how you feel, that is creating a communication barrier between the two of us.
That's a fact. But watch this though. If I don't bring it up, if I do bring it up, will things change or will we begin to argue?
They might. Like the other day, he had an attitude.
I sure did.
And I came and I asked him a question. And I was like, what's up? Like, I was like, what you got an attitude? He was like, nothing, Indy. And I said, no, say what you got to say.
She told me, say it with your chest.
Yeah. And he was like, why aren't you reposting the clips on the podcast page? And while I've told him sometimes why I don't post the clips is because sometimes he posts like the very...
You said it.
Like they're not very PG clips. And so I have a very different audience on my personal page than what we do on the podcast page. So sometimes I don't want them to interfere. Right. And so I share the ones that I feel like are helpful to the audience that I have, because even though I haven't done much in the past year, I do feel like I have like a separate brand outside of the podcast.
For sure.
But in that moment, I hadn't shared them simply because I hadn't been on Instagram. Like the only time I had been on Instagram was when he would be like, hey, I sent you some on Instagram. And then I would go check and see what he like. I just hadn't been on there. I hadn't felt like being on Instagram. And so he said that. And I was like, is that why you've been walking around the house with an attitude all day? And he didn't say no. I said, no, tell me, is that why you've been walking around the house with an attitude all day? And he was like, yeah. I said, okay. And so the next day I got up, I reposted some stuff, talked about the podcast. So to me, it's like, tell me how you feel. Like, just say it. Like, to me, in that moment, it was just so much easier for him to just say, this is why I'm irritated with you. Okay. But see, I didn't combat him or nothing.
I was shocked.
I just said, okay.
I was shocked that you didn't. But normally, under a normal circle, that was not normal. And you can't tell me that was normal. I feel like that you knew you were dead wrong at that point. So if
no, that wasn't the case at all.
If it's that tangible, right, and you can go point to something that you did or didn't do, I'm okay. But like sometimes we might bring up stuff that we know is going to cause an argument. That shouldn't have caused an argument at all. It was like, hey, we doing this or not? If we doing this, I need you to rock with me and I need you to do your part. Have you done your part? No? Well, all right, then. We ain't really got nothing else to talk about. And that's where I was coming from. It ain't no halfway with me. It's either yes or no. Either you're with me or you're not. And this is how it is. So at that moment, I feel like, hey, we not on the same page. There's the communication. There's a disconnect. Something's not lining up. And I didn't tell her at first because I wanted her to be able to... It's like I wanted to just know something, to do some things on her own. I don't want to force anybody to do something that they don't want to do.
But he also knows that when we are not aligned, or if I'm feeling a way about him, I'm not talking about the podcast. He knows that.
It's crazy. I get on podcast punishment. That's crazy. How you gonna punish me for doing something that I love and something you're supposed to be loving too? You're supposed to be rocking with me. This should not take a backseat.
Well, and this should not surprise you that I don't love the podcast when we are not.
Oh, okay. I was about to push all this shit down.
Like on good terms. Like we know that when you have a baby, things in your relationship change.
Yes, sir. I haven't got no.
And you really have to work really hard towards your marriage to keep it on track.
Definitely.
And now that we've added another baby, like it's taken up more time in different ways. Mm-hmm. And so I think during those days where I kind of wasn't posting on the podcast, it wasn't 100% this reason. Like I said, I had not been on Instagram, but also I was kind of feeling like you were dropping the ball as far as helping me.
Now watch this. I'm going to reverse something.
I didn't tell you that, and I should have.
Come on, somebody. You knew what I was about to say. So how are you going to chastise me about not saying something when you did the exact same thing? Don't be like me, be better than me.
I asked.
You did.
Like, you can tell when something's wrong with me, and you just ignore it.
No, I couldn't. At that point, I promise I couldn't. I'm telling you, I couldn't. Okay. I didn't know.
Okay.
This is brand new to me. But it would have been helpful at the time for you to tell me that so I could actively try to step it up.
Okay.
I don't know what I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it was. Don't gotta if you get some water on their microphones, it's gonna be a long day. But I just didn't know. So that would have been helpful.
Okay, that's fair.
See, so it's all about now at this point communicating and trying to, like I said, figure out how to come together, be a united front to raise these damn kids. That's what we're trying to do. I feel like once we had one, we were cool. We got out. We made it out.
Oh yeah. We were definitely in the we were in the safe zone. It felt like we had finally gotten into a flow.
We were good money.
And people always say, like, people have told us time and time again, like, oh, they're 5 years apart. There's a perfect age gap. And I'm kind of sitting here thinking, like, I don't know, because now I see the benefit of having them back to back, because you're kind of in the thick of that very hard phase. But once you're past that, and the kids are close in age, you're past it.
Yeah.
But now we're starting over from scratch.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
God bless all the people with about 4 or 5. Emily, CC, God bless my people, man. Love y'all to death. So I don't know how y'all did it, but y'all are strong to me. Super strong.
Yeah, so their kids are ranging from like newborn to what, 6?
6, 7. Yeah. So
and
like
5 of them. So
and they did it and made it look good. Made it look easy. I'm over here like, boy, got bags under my eyes today or not? Help me trying to figure it out. But anyway, everything now stems from that. And we're getting better, right? I think things will get better. I don't think this season will last long. So I ain't really worried about it.
I think the difference between us having Shy and us having Blake is that this time we have a better awareness of our relationship and things that we like and don't like. And we kind of know what to expect. Like, we know that having a newborn is really hard. We know that both of us are going to need time to ourselves.
Yes.
And with our friends outside of this house.
I can't wait.
Like, we know that those things are going to have to happen in order for us to continue to thrive, like, in this relationship.
Yeah, we got to.
But with Blake, we didn't know. And our life looked very different then, too. Because, he was leaving the house for work. I was leaving the house for work. And I would like we say that 2020 was the start of our problems, but I think they kind of started before then when we had Blake. They were nowhere near as bad as they were when 2020 happened.
Okay.
But I think it was kind of like, it's like a slow build.
I feel like you had problems throughout the whole marriage. Now.
When you finally, we've been married 8 years.
Oh, my bad. I forgot.
Blake is 4. So definitely not the entire marriage.
Do you know he does that now?
What?
Just listen to him.
Lord.
Listen to him. Just listen to him.
But like when couples like announce a divorce and stuff like that, it's a slow build.
Yeah.
You don't just wake up one day and decide you want a divorce. And so I think that after we had Blake, that started the slow build. Because your focus became solely on Blake.
Yeah.
And so I felt like our marriage probably started dying then.
It didn't start dying. I think it took a back seat, right? Like, I still tried to make sure you were kept and you had the things that you needed. It may not have looked like it emotionally, but I was still trying. But my main focus did shift. My main focus was to make sure my son was okay.
And that's not what I would suggest in marriage.
No, don't do that.
The kids can't come before the relationship.
Don't do that.
And that's what had happened. And so it's easy to pin it on the kid.
It is.
So it's like, I'm not spending time with you because I'm spending time with the kid. Or like, I would rather go do this with the kid instead of this with you, or the kid needs this, the kids need that. When, like you said, it's really kind of a cop-out.
I got you. You're right. It's not about, you can't blame it on the kids, because we make time for the things that we need to make time for, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So I should have made time. Even though I was attending to Blake, I should also said, man, listen, I know I got my wife over here who needs me. Let me separate the two. Going back to something a little bit earlier. We make time for things that matter. I know you haven't been on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
But you know them posts are getting posted, right?
What post?
Okay. Keep talking.
Okay. So you want to go back to the... No.
She got to try to do tip for tat. Here we go.
Because you're going back to the podcast post. And the only reason why you were able to post consistently was because you were not at work.
Oh, yeah. I fell off a little bit.
Even before...
But I'm going to be back on.
Before I had her, you were not even posting consistently.
I'm talking about specifically what we talked about a minute. I'm not talking about
what I'm saying. But then you were permitted the time to do those things. And I even said, Bear, you should probably like bash this content, because when you start back working, that's gonna consume you. And what has it done the past week?
No, it ain't, because I'm back. I just got to go through the archives. I'm back. I'm coming back. I just been tired. Really, it's not work. It's been like, bro, when you have to wake up every 2 hours when you dead sleep, golly.
Woo, she was out last night.
It's too much. It's crazy. It's just the waking up every 2 hours. I'm okay with not getting as much sleep. But don't let me sleep. Don't let me taste the sleep. Give me a little 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours taste good, don't it? Up, time to wake up. Bro, just let me stay up. I don't need to taste no sleep. Because once you get a taste, you're not going to want to let it go.
Because last night I went to sleep at almost 12. Girlfriend was back up at like what, 1:15, 1:30?
So don't let me go. Stay your ass up. Stay up. I don't want to feel like this. Go to sleep 12, wake up 1:15, and you looking crazy and feeling drunk because you don't know what just happened. Feel like you got hit by a sleep bus. You know,
and he did it again. We mentioned this last week. He did it again. He up feeding her. It's 1-something in the morning.
Oh, y'all, yesterday was bad. I was terrible last night.
He was knocked out sleep. I'm over here, Beard. You're not even holding the bottle anymore.
She was quiet.
He was like, eyes closed. She's sucking. How you don't know what she doing because your eyes are closed.
It's all right, though. We getting it together. Don't worry about me. Worry about y'all. But I got to talk about this. You mentioned something, too. Mm-hmm. Soon as all this is over with, we need a vacation. I'm going to Decatur where it's greater.
Yeah.
See if I can stay me up some paper. So listen, there was a comment on my favorite show, The Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy's wife, Gia, went on a 20-day girls' vacation.
Damn.
Do you think that's feasible for a marriage?
Okay, so maybe. Depending on the type of marriage you have,
I like that.
You know, the trust factor that you have with your spouse. I personally couldn't do a 20-day girl trip because they're not a people person, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
I love my friends, but 7 days max.
Okay.
And I'm talking 7 days.
Separate rooms.
If we're completely separate rooms.
Away from one another.
Like a space that's big enough for us to all be able to kind of do our own thing. Like, I don't want to be around anybody 24/7 on a trip like that. It's probably easy for her to do that because all their kids are older.
Yeah. So think about it.
If this was me in like 10, 15 years.
20 days.
I would probably take the trip.
Damn.
I would probably take it.
So you taking the marriage FMLA? This what you doing? It's gonna leave me, huh? Shit, it's 20 days. You gone, huh?
Or I would just, I don't know. I would probably wait until the kids are grown, or at least like 18.
Do you think I should be okay with you going on a 20-day girl trip? Should I feel away?
I mean, if you felt away, then I just would respect that.
Okay.
Maybe shorten the trip to 10 days.
People were talking about it, right? It was all up in arms about him letting her do it, but I don't think anything's wrong with it at all. I think, listen, if you have the means to an end and you feel like going on a 20-day girl trip, who am I to deny? Go ahead and have a good time.
And is the trip in like one place, or are we touring all over Europe? Like, I'm absolutely down for that. Are we island hopping in the Caribbean? Like,
that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
So, right, and to their point, they're in Thailand. They doing the whole like Asian vibe, right?
Yeah,
Bangkok,
absolutely.
Thailand, a few other places. So yeah,
like they're going very far. So I feel like 20 days is reasonable. Now, am I gonna go spend 20 days in Mexico with my girlfriends? Absolutely not.
That's I'm not 4-hour plane trip.
But now that you said that they're over there, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes absolute perfect sense to me.
So over there for 20 days now. Now, does it depend on the company that you are going with? Does the company also have to be married or dating? Can you go on a 20-day girls vacation with people who are single?
I don't think it matters. And the reason why I say that is because, like, if tables were to turn and you went on a 20-day vacation with guy trips,
that's my next question.
With a guy, with all guys, I don't think the guys being married would change whether or not they wanted to cheat on the trip. Like, if that's something they want to do, they're going to do it regardless of it.
It's in you. It's not on you.
Yeah. So as far as like their married or single status, I don't think that matters. Now, if I'm going to take a 20-day trip, I would like it to be in people that are kind of in the same phase of life that I'm in. Like right now, I'm not interested in a 20-day trip when we spend 18 of the days in the club. I'm not signing up for that.
The hookah ain't gonna smoke itself.
Yeah. But if it's like a 20-day trip and we're seeing museums and, we're tasting some good wine and we are exploring different cultures of food, sign me up for that. But if it's a 20-day turn-up trip, absolutely not.
You swear. You want to be Luca from Grooming so bad, don't you?
Do you have a problem with the person that I am today?
She want to be Luca from Grooming so bad. I don't even know why you're
surprised. I've always been into these things.
Let me tell you something. You like 2 incense away from starting to smoke cigarettes.
I would never smoke cigarettes. You think I would do that to my body?
I can see you smoking a cigarette.
As someone who doesn't...
Painting a picture, barefoot. Like, you smoke,
I'm not going to smoke a cigarette. Now, if I'm going to smoke a blunt, it's a different story.
We're smoking a blunt. But you used to kill them clothes. Say I'm lying right now. Throw this microphone down.
Only because I was... So, first of all, I was 19. Do I think
she'll smoke cigarettes? Yeah.
First of all, I was 19.
And they used to eat clothes.
I was 19.
It don't matter.
And there was a friend that I used to smoke them with.
You and Paul used to eat them clothes.
I have not smoked a clove since I was probably 19. Yeah, I was probably 19.
Girl, please. She used to smoke cloves, Black and Milds with no filters. I told y'all that a long time ago. And drinking Hennessy straight out the bottle. I did drink
Hennessy. You're really wrong because the time that I was smoking
and
cloves,
now here she is.
The time of my life when I was smoking cloves, I was actually drinking E&J. So I was really fucking.
See what I'm saying?
Really messed up.
See what I'm saying? And now look at this person. I want some wine, Set your bougetto.
That's the problem. I'm saying. She's from See, I'm trying to evolve, and you just want to stay your same country old self.
I don't want to stay my same self, but I'm evolving in a different way.
The only thing that's involving with you is your cash flow.
Don't you worry about me and my money. Now you in my pockets too much. Get out of there.
That is what has evolved. But as far as your interests, that has not changed.
So I can go on a 20-day guy. So can I go on a 20-day guy trip after,
we will cross that bridge when the time comes.
So can I go? When can I go on?
While we got these little ass kids? No.
So when can we start to go
on? The
only
time you're going on a 20-day trip is if it involves a chick. If you're going on tour, are you going to but for leisure?
Let me get.
While we have a newborn and a 4-year-old?
All right, that's cool.
Hell no.
That's cool. When can we start taking guy, girl, and couples trips again? Like us couple trips again. Now we have these damn kids.
I mean, I would like to take one this year.
A girl trip?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So towards the end of the year, I'm thinking more like I want to go back to
Let's put a date on it because I need to know.
I want to go back to Napa Valley.
With your girls.
With my girls.
Well, y'all need to get an Uber because y'all are some luscious.
Yeah.
Y'all going down there drink Napa Valley dry. Y'all got some more grapes in the back because they ready.
So I had a beautiful time with you in Napa Valley, but, beer don't drink. He drank at that one winery. We both got very, very tipsy, and we had to pull over and take a break.
Yeah. You won't catch me drinking any other time other than our anniversary. This is the only time I drink. Seriously.
Our anniversary.
That's it. I ain't drinking no more. ZP, and you heard it here first. Let's set the trip up. Let's go.
No, okay.
Me and my dog ready. We been ready to go on a trip. So what day you say? After July, right? Because we going on a trip in July. Already planned.
We need to space the trips out. Chill out.
See what I'm saying? Now I told her she don't want to let me go. I'm going.
Would it be? You ready. Know what that makes? Should we do it how we did the bachelorette and the bachelor party?
Nah,
like take our trips at the same weekend, so we don't have to worry about babysitters twice.
Fine with me. These grandparents
like you go somewhere and then I go somewhere.
Whatever the case may be, but come July, it's going down. Are you gonna be done with like your postpartum? What do they call that? Where you gotta wait to have sex? What is that called? I don't know. Like I'm asking.
So it's technically a 6-week wait period.
Okay.
Like your doctor will tell you at your 6-week checkup whether or not you can have sex. Are you trying to see if we can have sex when we go out of town in July?
Yes, because I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we go out of town,
past that.
Well, when we do go out of town in July, would you prefer a golden shower? Let's get to it.
Oh hell no.
Let's get to it.
What? Okay. Listen. Who said that?
Caresha, please.
Caresha, Miss Young Miami, said that she likes golden showers.
Ain't nothing wrong with what you like. You like what you like.
I think it's ridiculous. I don't want nobody's piss on me. Listen, so much so that our bathroom, so we have a double vanity bathroom.
Yeah. I don't use it.
And my sink is next to the toilet. So our bathroom, we don't have the separate toilet. Next house, the toilet gotta have a door.
That. Yeah, I gotta have all that.
You don't realize the things that you want in a house until you buy that first house.
Buy your first house, you'll figure it out.
Realize
bro, I need
what's really important.
Listen, you're gonna start thinking that I need a man cave, I need a bathroom with the door, I need a toilet with a heated seat. You're gonna start wanting all these things on your checklist.
So our toilet is in our bathroom with everything else. It's not closed off.
I don't like that our closet. We have to walk through our bathroom to get to the closet.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. If you haven't bought your first house, keep on living.
So I will be in there doing my makeup, brushing my teeth. Oh. He'll come in there and pee.
I gotta pee, bro.
And I get pissed off every time.
You do?
What makes you think I want to be sitting here with my mouth open and you standing right next to me pissing?
I thought you was into that kind of shit.
So a golden shower? Hell no. No. Not under any circumstances.
I was about to, you know where I was going.
Not under any circumstances. I don't care how much money you could offer me. Well, you're not peeing on me.
Boy, you could pee on me for about 10 racks, to be honest with you. You could pee on me for about 10 racks. You could pee on me for $500.
$500, you want me to pee on you?
I don't want you to, but if you would like to and you offer me $500, have at it, queen.
I'll give you $500 right now. You want me to pee on you?
It depends on what you've been eating and drinking. I know how you get down. And all the vegetables you eat, your pee gonna come out stinking and all that asparagus.
I drink a lot of water and I eat a lot of vegetables.
So I know the vegetables make your pee smell rotten. I take a lot of vitamins. My pee might mess around, be lime green. If you take vitamins, you know. Don't act like you don't know right now. But yeah, nah. I thought my son was coming in, and he is. I did not call you, son. Thank you.
Give us a couple minutes. We'll be out.
Y'all haven't seen Blake in a long time. Y'all want to see him? Come here, man.
He's gone.
He's gone. But anyway, that's enough about all the pee. Obviously, my son needs us. He came to check us out. So I had something else to talk about, but I'll wait till next time. India, tell the people where they can find you getting peed on. Obviously,
nowhere. Stop playing with me. India.Marie on Instagram. That's where you can find me.
I mean, if you like that, listen, how many men out there get squirted on? And women act like, squirt, you feel so good, baby. bro, don't be fooled and don't be a fool. It's P. You can find me at BLove1911. Please be sure to go out there and follow She and Our Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and wherever else you receive your news. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Bink! And make sure all this checked on. But in the meantime, in between time, it's been real. It's been fun. I out.